Alan's hotel room in one piece?
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, he's actually quite a calm guy, you know. You know, when you spend no, but when you spend as much time as I do with him, right? He actually is a calm guy. I mean, people laugh because they look at me because I always look angry, but I'm actually looking angry when I'm happy. If you can understand that, you know, I've just got one of those faces. I never look happy. So it's been a difficult day. I mean, I can't fault the lads for their effort. We lacked quality. I didn't think there was a great deal in the game, but it all hinged on one or two key decisions. First of all, Papis gets in there. David Stockdale makes a fantastic save, and a top young English goalkeeper, which is nice to see. Makes a fantastic save. Then it breaks. Then Luke de Jong gets caught from behind. They then break on us. We defend poorly. We allow the guy to come inside and hit it with his right foot, and we lose the game. 2 weeks ago, something similar, very similar. Tim Krul makes a double save at Hull. We go down the other end. Mr. Sissoko puts it in the back of the net. We go 1-0 up and win the game. So sometimes it works for you, sometimes it works against you. A little bit disappointed about the decision on Luke, not giving the free kick. But that's how it is. We have to deal with that.
And were you in contact with Alan during the match?
Yeah. He was in a hotel in where we stayed last night. I spoke to him coming off the pitch at half-time. We had a conversation. It was only a couple of points. And then I spoke to him towards the end of the game. We had an analyst in the hotel with the gaffer, and we had one on the bench, speaking to Steve Stone, then on to me. So it was pretty brief. There wasn't too many, like I say, probably two conversations, and that was it.
And how was he? Was he heated? Was he? I guess it must be difficult for him.
To be honest, he was speaking to Ben Stevens, our analyst, so I don't know how heated he was. He was really calm at half-time. So at half-time he was fine. Obviously disappointed he's not here, as we all are.
Were you heated at the end when that penalty wasn't given? Did it look like it could have been?
Well, I certainly counted to 10 this time, because you have to, you know. I mean, after what's gone on over the last few weeks, we've got to be on our best behaviour. And I had a nice, sensible conversation with Howard, and he explained his reasons to me, and I accepted that.
That's for the decision at the end with 5.
Yeah.
Tim Krul wasn't too happy about it.
No, Tim was a bit animated, and I think he wanted to go and see him, but I said, no, get yourself out, don't go in there. It's not worth it.
That could have learned your lessons over recent weeks, do you think?
Well, I mean, we know what's gone on, and it's been dealt with. FA's dealt with it, the football club's dealt with it, and we have to move on and get on with it. You know, I mean, the manager was gutted when it happened. He's been okay this week. He's been lively. He's had a big part to play this week on the training ground. Other than Tuesday when he had his case, he's been there. He's done all his tactical work on Thursday. We did our set plays yesterday. That weren't great, so we need to spend a bit more time on the training ground on the set plays. And then the team meeting, the tactical meeting this morning before we left to come here. So other than him not being here for the 3.5 hours, he's been right at the front of it.
John, it could have been a different story if Steve said, "Oh, wait, that chance."
Yeah, I mean, but that's as I've already explained. Sometimes that happens, doesn't it? I mean, sometimes you put the ball in the back of the net and you go 1-0 up, and then the game just totally changes. They got the first goal. They didn't have to then come at us. They made a few substitutions that tightened them up at the back and made it a little bit more difficult. But we were just lacking in that little bit of quality today, which has been unusual because usually we do have a bit of quality on the pitch, and we lost that today.
It was heartwarming that you put that away on when you really recent season.
Absolutely. If you think back to 2 seasons ago, when he could have had his own programme on goal of the season. I mean, some of his goals he scored were out of this world. All right, now when you're a goal scorer like that, all goal scorers play on confidence. And at the moment, Pampas's confidence is down, only because he hasn't been scoring goals. The pleasing thing is for me is he keeps getting into the positions to try and score them. If he's not getting in there, then we do have an issue. But he has worked, and it would have been dead easy for him to sulk and to be unhappy because he hasn't been in the team. But he has actually worked extremely hard. on the training ground, doing a little bit extra at the end. Maybe he needs to do a little bit extra, even more. But he has done really well in a sense of wanting to do the extra work, not sulking. Because good goal scorers, when they get a little bit of confidence and they get that first one, they sometimes hit the road. And that's all Pappas needs. Maybe he needs a scruffy goal.
Have you spoken to Alan since the final whistle?
We spoke at full time, yeah, and he informed me about have a look at the penalty situation, have a look at the challenge from behind, which I did, and that was it really. It was pretty brief.